Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf on the Grumble in the Jungle show. So on today's video, I'm going to be talking about where do most motorcycle accidents occur. Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. Please subscribe and hit the notifications bell down there to get all the latest videos. Now, in this video, as I say, really going to be talking about where do most motorcycle accidents occur. So I've been riding for 40 years, both on-road and off-road, and also worked with emergency services for over 20 years. So I've attended well over 1,000 motorcycle accidents in all that time, and I've seen the whole spectrum of injuries and fatalities and accident causes, so on and so forth, and also which protective equipment works and where it fails. But really, it's we can always predict where accidents are going to happen and almost certainly why they happen. We always know that depending on which country you're riding, depending on the weather conditions, that will have an effect as well. But let's say if you've got if you're riding in an area where there's a very bitter winter, then that will deter most riders from riding. So therefore the accident figures will severely drop in the winter because there are less motorcycles on the road. But as soon as spring comes, people start getting their motorcycles out again. That's when you'll see a massive spike in accidents, and then it kind of plateau off throughout the summer. And then we might see a little spike again towards the end of the summer into autumn, early autumn. And then when people put their motorcycles away for the winter, the harsh winter, then the accident statistics drop off again. So in general terms, where do most motorcycle accidents happen? Well, there are a number of places. So one of this is not necessarily the top, but one of the top places is actually on a bend. Now, a rider will either approach it too fast, they'll lose control in the bend, on the exit of the bend, they'll maybe come in too tight and they hit an oncoming car, maybe they come in too tight and an oncoming vehicle, lorry, car, bus, whatever it is just veered onto the wrong side of the road a little bit and there's a collision there. So that kind of thing on a bend is always one of the big ones. The next thing is really at a junction, any kind of junction. Now, more so in a built-up area, that you'll get more motorcycle accidents. Now, when I talk about motorcycles, I'm talking about all motorcycles, right from the 50cc moped all the way up to, you know, your 1800cc, whatever it is, you know, motorcycle. You know, so at urban junctions, that's where you're really going to have the most accidents, because there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot to take in, there's a lot of background distraction that may mask a motorcycle from a driver or a rider that is actually going to pull out of a junction. So that's one of those things. So we know on bends, we know on junctions. Then the next one really is junctions within the rural area. Okay, so that kind of happens as well. Okay, so, you know, maybe on country roads, you know, you have farm traffic coming out of the field, that kind of thing, or there are farm entrances or building entrances that are hidden or masked from the road. Then all of a sudden something comes out and then the car or van or lorry collides with a motorcycle. So we know that. So those are kind of the three areas where motorcycle accidents are most likely to happen. That is on bends, hidden junctions in the rural area, and then urban junctions. The next phase is really within traffic. Now, sometimes motorcycles will, depends on where you are in the world, we allow filtering in between traffic, or lane splitting. Okay, so in many states, the United States for example, that's not allowed. Other parts of the world it is allowed. Now I personally think it's a great thing, but riders and drivers need to be aware of each other's space and how they're occupying the road. And sometimes that riders are just going too fast, or cars or lorries or vans are changing lanes and they're not using their mirrors effectively. and that's where you can have a collision. Also, what you can have a collision is in built-up traffic, and then a rider will be riding too fast and fails to brake effectively or properly, and then we may rear end another car in let's say a traffic jam or something like that. Or a motorcycle is parked and then a car will come up behind and hit the motorcycle because it failed to apply the brakes properly. So that's another thing. Under high density traffic, you're going to get a lot of motorcycle accidents. May not be the most severe injuries, but you're going to get a lot of accidents. So junctions in urban areas, hidden junctions in rural areas, any kind of bend, any kind of lots of built up traffic, that's where most motorcycle accidents are going to happen. So really this is kind of knowledge for you. You know, where are the hotspots? Where are you most likely to have a problem? Then you can actually have countermeasures or contingencies when you're riding to be hyper alert in those kind of conditions. Also riding within yourself, riding, you know, within your own limitations, the bike limitations, the tyre limitations. Ride according to, you know, the weather, you know, how that's going to affect your ride as well. So there's lots of different things that we can discuss really to help you try and avoid a motorcycle accident. But really it is about analysing or appreciating where the hotspots are, where the most danger areas are, where other vehicles may not be able to see you, where other drivers, I should say, of those vehicles may not be able to see you properly and effectively, and how you can make allowances for that. You know, it's all well and good, you know, having the right on your side, but it's no good if you've got the right on your side and you're 6 feet underground or you're recovering in a hospital bed. So the best thing to do is to avoid the motorcycle accident in the first instance. And you know, and if that means being ultra defensive, if that means just giving yourself lots of time and space and just riding at a certain speed that allows you to make allowances for another rider's or another driver's mistakes, so that you can avoid an impact, then so be it. You know, that's the way to go. Anyway, so hope you found this useful. Please leave some comments below and like the video if you will, and hit the notifications bell as well, and please subscribe. Lots more videos coming on this subject. So I'll catch you next time. Cheers now.